everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of Master Detective Archives Raincoat. When we last left off, we were gathering information about the case. Sorry, it's all a blur. Yeah, I ever since Vivia tried to shake me, my mind's been a bit foggy. I also can't talk today, so fair warning. Yeah, so we're finding out more about the case. We went around in like ghost form to find out more about the room. We went on his computer. No one had gone in. You know, security was never turned off. There were maps. We found a picture with a bloody handprint blocking the face that we didn't wipe off for some reason that apparently Yako put there. And sort of at the end of the episode, I started wondering if in some way, shape, or form, sorry, my sound looked off. Like my mouth wasn't lining up. That was weird. Anyways, I started wondering if maybe Yako has something to do with either he's the hitman, he hired the hitman, or some way, shape, or form with some of this, right? Because that would be the only explanation in my mind as to why Vivi is like, the truth won't solve anything, blah, 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 because he knows that Yako's involved, and he knows that if we solve it, the person who's guilty dies. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing that makes sense in my head right now, but that's kind of extreme. I don't know if they're gonna turn Yako into a guilty party. That would suck ass. Or he's gonna turn to a guilty party who had like some valiant reason for it or something, you know what I mean? But I hope that doesn't happen. I really like Yako. I don't want him to die, but I guess we'll see. Thank you all so much for your continued support of the series. By the way, it really means the world to me, and I'm gonna try not rush through the end, but I do want to crank these out so we can transition into Persona 3. Yeah, and I want to play Pal World because it's kind of fun. It's a very soothing game. It's one that I would play in my downtime. So I'm not gonna let it get in the way of this though.
Say, Vivia, do you remember anything about the case?
That's right.
You mean Dr. Huesca's murder? Or are you talking about when Chief Yako was attacked?
Huh? You remember? Everyone else that came here lost their memories.
Huh.
That's pretty rare. Must be because of his whole spiritual thing.
So the others lost their memories. That's why no one remembers this death god.
How rude of them. It's thanks to yours truly that those cases got solved.
That reminds me, I used my coalescence with Fubuki before Vivia. But Vivia is the only one who came into the mystery labyrinth.
I guess coalescence got overwritten. Maybe it only takes the most recent ability.
Wait, are we saying that's why they come into the labyrinth with us? I feel like they didn't say that before.
I don't know either.
You don't know? But coalescence is your power, Shinigami.
Relax, will ya? Minor detail.
You would have been better off with Fubuki. She would have been far more useful for this case.
It doesn't matter anyway. No one can use their forte here.
Oh. So now I really don't have to do anything. Thank goodness. What a relief.
Jeez! You ever think your lack of motivation could be contagious?
Hey, relax.
Whoa. I like the design of this room with the giant mirrors. Wait, I just wrote a scene about something like that in my book. Are you reading my mind, Master Detective Archives? Please stop. I don't even know if I'm going to know any of the answers to anything in this case. Oh, God.
Ooh, there's that mystery!
Hopefully it's an easy question.
Huh? I told you to stop surprising me like that.
Wait, why is it blank?
I thought this labyrinth would only require your wits. But it looks like it's going to take more than that, Yuma.
Well, he doesn't have a whole lot of wits, so he doesn't have a choice.
Huh? Why didn't a problem appear?
Not only was there no problem, no choice appeared either. Master, maybe you don't even know which mystery to start with to solve this case.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, there's so many unknowns. I'm honestly feeling lost right now.
Come on! You gotta know where to start with this stuff, or you won't be able to solve a single thing. Let's decide that for now. What's the first mystery of this case?
The first mystery is the fact that Dr. Weska was murdered in a completely locked room with no way in or out. The doctor was located deep in the critical lab, behind layers of security. And yet, he was found stabbed to death.
Uh-huh.
We were the first to discover the body. At the time, we were controlling the robot, Amapel. Because of that, we were thought to be the culprits. But we obviously aren't. So how did the culprit get in and out of the doctor's lab?
I'm already recording. Dork. Sorry.
That's what I don't know.
I mean, we don't know a lot of things.
But the culprit is definitely the hitman, right?
I think so, but I'm not absolutely sure. Besides, even if the hitman did it, there's the question of who hired him. But there's no doubt the hitman stabbed Chief Yako.
I guess that's true even if he is the hitman, right?
That's the only thing I'm absolutely certain about.
Peacekeepers?
Kanai Ward's garbage. What are you doing here?
Yomi Hell Smile.
Okay, we should not say the whole name out loud because it's not scary when you do.
So the director of the Peacekeepers is here.
Yeah, but he's just part of the Mystery Labyrinth.
I figured. In other words, he's a monster created from the labyrinth, right?
Also, did I see a giant Amapale on the wall? Or am I crazy? It was pink, I think.
Right.
You pieces of shit.
Ooh. That's scary.
You're disturbing the peace of Kanai Ward.
This guy doesn't seem like an easy opponent.
Why is the sword wiggling?
But we have no choice. For Chief Yako, for everyone.
You killed Dr. Weska, didn't you?
I did.
Turn yourselves in so I can torture you to death!
That's a cool design. I like that one. It's not colorful, which is interesting. Because justice is black and white. Is that what they're trying to say? Normally they're like neons. You know, these like crazy splashes of color. Ooh. Security power supply, toxic gas, shoe print.
You're the ones who killed Dr. Weska.
Critical lab security operates on a separate power system. Toxic gas is bacterial. 30 minutes after exposure for the toxins to spread and death is certain. Critical lab, yeah, the shoe print on the head still doesn't make sense because how are you going to knock it over from hitting it from above? I don't know. He died by stabbing, right? We know. So that doesn't really have an effect on that. I don't know when it's going to be yet.
Weska,
Oh, God.
you disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab.
Worm?
And then murdered him inside.
Yeah, definitely.
Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active.
Oh, wait, that's not...
In
Well,
other words,
no.
no one can enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder,
Oh, shit.
which makes you the culprit.
It didn't let me do it. Is it the first one?
Right.
Remember, you have to get through the security system. Dr. died before we got inside. Major has there been an intruder. And take another look at the Okay, it must have been the first one
You're
then.
the ones who killed Dr. Wesker.
I wasn't sure. There was kind of like two that had to do with
You
security.
disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab.
Wait, really?
Say,
Didn't you and the others disarm? Oh.
then
You're the ones
Wait, it's the shoe?
who
Okay.
killed Dr. Wesker. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab. And then murdered him inside.
Yeah.
Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active.
That's true.
It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active.
That's true.
In other words, no one can enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder.
Okay. Sure. Little weird.
When the body was first discovered, Amapal was about to enter the doctor's lab, but something bumped into it and knocked it over. In fact, there was a mark on Amapal's head, like someone kicked it.
I'm sorry. It just really bothers me. You kick something on, like, how is it gonna? What up?
That mark wasn't there when we borrowed it. It's proof that someone else was in the lab.
You call that evidence? Is bullshit the only thing that comes out of that mouth?
How did you know?
Don't make me laugh.
Hello?
Shit! There was an intruder? That's impossible! And in fact, you proved that yourself!
Damn!
So many self-serving arguments. Let me get rid- Oh.
Don't make me laugh!
Okay.
Shit! There was an intruder?
I'm not a little shit. I'm a oops, big
That's
shit.
impossible!
Okay.
And in fact, you proved that yourself!
That claim doesn't hold up!
Did I? I don't think I did.
What do you mean? We proved there wasn't an intruder!
You still don't understand? Don't make me laugh!
What?
If there was an...
Did he inflect that sentence wrong? Instead of saying like, what do you mean? We proved there was another intruder. I think he meant to say, what do you mean we proved there was another intruder? Or so you're saying we did. I'm so confused. Lid has a hinge. Decontaminated to the core where the panels cannot open or close. Okay. Maybe it's the map?
Their intruder. And where did they go?
Oh god!
By the time you arrived at the scene,
Oh.
there was no one else, right?
I don't know.
There's no place to hide in the critical room. There's no way they got past you. Or are you saying they slipped away and you missed it?
Oh god.
That's obviously impossible! Isn't that funny?
Yeah, so funny.
You just proved you committed the crime!
right.
Sure we didn't see anyone on the lab. How could a couple of hidden from us? For now, let's check the solution keys.
If there was another intruder,
I can't look at the map. Hey, stop chewing on that. The lid is barred but has a hinge to make it easy to open and close. So what are we saying? If they were in there, they hid? Bro, I don't know.
Then where did they go?
Oh God.
By the time you arrived at the scene,
Ow!
there was no one else, right?
Okay.
There's no place to hide in the critical lab. There's no way they got past it. Or are you saying they slipped away and you missed it?
No? What is it? Is there no way, no place to hide in the critical lab? Is that it?
If there was another... Then where did they go? By the time you arrived at the scene,
Ah!
there was no one else, right? There's no place to hide in the critical lab.
Say,
Is there really nowhere the intruder could have hidden? Come to think, we found it was an escape route, but
If there
so they hid in the vent. Wait, I'm so
was
confused.
another intruder,
What? Thought we were saying someone couldn't fit in
where
there.
did they go? By the time you arrived at the scene, there was no one else, right? There's no place to hide in the critical lab.
Slash through this mystery.
So did we conclude you couldn't go through, but you could hide in?
There's a hiding spot. It's inside the airlock's decontamination device.
Okay.
The vent cover can be easily removed, and there's just enough space for someone to fit inside. If they hid inside the decontamination device, we wouldn't have seen them when we arrived at the scene.
So what? You got it all wrong anyway. Everything is wrong. Your existence is all wrong. Have fun chasing that fake truth you found.
Wait, so how did they... When did they get into the vent?
We managed to defeat him this time, but it's not over yet.
he sure is persistent, huh?
Anyway, there's no doubt someone else was inside the doctor's lab. So let's unravel each mystery one at a time.
All right, we'll get it this time.
Oh, there is. I'm a fail.
Come on, why does it have to be so sudden?
Okay, now that we've wedged our way into this mystery, we just gotta head through the labyrinth and reach the truth!
Right here!
I mean, unless he impaled himself on a knife in his back.
We're just now getting to the point. What a pain.
Hey, don't sigh, this is a good thing!
Sorry.
Anyway, let's head inside.
I'm confused.
There was an intruder for sure. We know someone bumped into Amapal.
Oh, sorry.
The culprit probably hit Amapel on their way out. After that, they must have intended to leave the lab. But they couldn't because we were in the front chamber. So they hid inside the decontamination device to avoid us.
So, if you checked inside the decontamination device on the way to the scene, you would have caught the culprit then and there.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Isn't that the first room? I'm so confused. Do we have a log button?
Yeah, but it was an emergency and we had no idea they were in there.
I don't know. Like, did they just say that? I'm sorry. I don't mean if I'm being dumb, I'm sorry. But didn't they just say they wanted to leave, but we were in the first room, so they hid? But this isn't the first room, isn't it? Or do they mean like the room outside? I guess Amapal hadn't disabled the security yet, but wasn't the door open? Am I dumb? I don't know. Okay.
It's super lame to make up excuses, Master.
It's not an excuse, but it is true. If I had thought about why Amapal was knocked over at that time, I would have realized the culprit was in there. We could have waited in ambush or searched for them. And if I'd caught the culprit then, Chief Yako wouldn't have gotten stabbed.
I don't know, man.
Master, wallowing in regret is even lamer. If you have time for that, you have time to keep going.
Right.
I'm a little confused. I guess they're saying that the doors... I could have sworn we sent Amapal and the door was open.
Really? Another fork in the path.
But maybe it wasn't. How'd they enter?
Seems like we're finally at the central question.
Deactivated security. Never entered in the first place. Invited in by the doctor. Will that have required him to disable security, though?
This is the first step to solving how the culprit committed an impossible murder.
I leave the rest to you. I'm going to read a book or something.
You can bring your own stuff into the mystery labyrinth?
He's just special.
Whoa. Okay. Never entered in the first place. Security log. Records show the security system was disabled an hour ago. It's not been turned back on since. Last time it was disabled before that was 90 days ago. So he couldn't have invited someone in, right? Because he would have had to disable it. So they never entered in the first place? What the fuck does that mean? I don't know what does that mean?
Right here!
Culprit never entered? But you said there's no doubt the culprit was in there.
Perhaps the intruder is not the culprit after all.
So you're saying that the doctor committed suicide? If the doctor committed suicide, then the culprit wasn't the intruder, but the doctor himself.
But if the doctor did it, there would be no intruder. The doctor was already in the lab.
Huh? A trap?
Guess you were wrong, Yuma. Well, I already knew that before you entered.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
You wanted me to tell you? I should have said so earlier. People only grow by learning from past mistakes, which is why I purposely...
Master, we have
Oh my god, those are straight from fucking, what the heck is that game called? Dragon Heroes? Dragon Quest Heroes?
Use logic to show how this route is the wrong one!
All right, I'll try.
Why did he not commit suicide? Because he's stabbed in the back.
That's right. The doctor was stabbed 3 times in the back.
I wasn't trying to say he committed suicide.
One stab would have indicated that he held the knife in place, then fell on it to kill himself. But he couldn't have made 3 wounds like that. There's no way it was a suicide.
Can you fall backwards onto it? How? What on earth?
Well, I may have messed up, but at least we got a little closer to the truth.
Maybe, but if you hadn't messed up in the first place, you wouldn't have to come up with such a lame excuse.
I know. I'll do better next time.
Okay. So he invited them in? Question mark? And that doesn't require disabling security? I don't know. Damn, what on earth? Oh my god, he's standing now. Invited in?
Right here!
The doctor invited the culprit in? But why?
Things are so muddled now because we're assuming the culprit forced their way inside. If the culprit was invited to the lab, then he easily would have been able to enter.
Ah, so you think the doctor disabled the security? He wouldn't need it if he was expecting a guest.
No. Records show it was disabled an hour ago. Has not been done. Yuma and company used Ampel to disable the security. The last time it was disabled was 90 days ago. So either this is wrong or they've been in there for 90 days. Which, that's what I asked.
This route is wrong too?
They could.
Again?
No need to worry, Yuma. I don't mind it at all if we can't find a way to move forward.
Sheesh. Even I'm losing motivation. You can take care of this on your own, can't you, Master?
Don't let him influence you! The log on the doctor's computer didn't show any signs of security getting shut down. If that's the case, he certainly didn't cut security just to let someone in.
Wait, wasn't the last option security got shut down? I'm confused.
No excuses, Master. Do it again.
You're tired, Yuma. Why don't you lie down for a bit?
Resting here wouldn't help me at all.
I think I'm dumb. I'm so confused. Wasn't the last option the same thing? I thought they couldn't deactivate the security by using the power. Didn't he say it's on a separate power supply? Deactivate security by cutting... Are they all wrong? Well, I'm confused.
Right here!
Why was that path green? That was very misleading.
The culprit used the blackout to slip past security and into the lab.
No.
That answer is pretty simple. Almost too simple.
They're all wrong.
Huh? What? This was the last route!
Okay, I was starting to get suspicious because there's never dialogue for every wrong answer.
This labyrinth is a tricky one. It's like one of those old detective novels. Perhaps you're the real culprit, Yuma.
Yeah.
Really, Master?
Of course not! Focus! We need to get out of here!
Okay. Separate power source. There you go. Was I supposed to walk back?
The doctor said the critical lab was on a separate grid, and the lab switchboard wasn't in the electrical room. The security wouldn't shut off, even if there was a blackout in the building.
Okay. And?
What's going on? Were all 3 routes wrong?
I wonder what it means.
We don't have the right answer? Like, we don't know? The labyrinth doesn't know? Nobody knows? There's no proof showing? It. You're gonna make me walk this long. Vivia? Hello? We lost him, we lost him. I was feeling bad for a second there, like I have to cut all that shit out.
Hey! There's another door!
Bro, are you kidding me?
I get it! Since we proved that every possibility was wrong, a new one has appeared.
Once you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Sherlock Holmes taught me that.
Interesting. The mystery labyrinth not only materializes the case, but also changes based on your investigation.
Right. Something felt off about those other routes. It's almost like we were forced to choose the wrong way.
But by eliminating each wrong answer one by one, you opened the path to the right answer.
That's just basically saying that Sherlock Holmes quote, but in, you know, simpler terms.
You sound disappointed.
Who cares? Let's just see what's in the final route.
Okay.
They use spectral projection to enter and kill him?
Wait, you can't.
Then the culprit is. I can't believe the culprit entered the labyrinth with us. That's never happened before.
Well, I thought he just said he can't hold a.
How dare you trick me! There is no escape! Once the mystery labyrinth is solved, the culprit will be judged! Master, let's finish up this mystery labyrinth and boom kill this dude!
Hold on!
That's not. He can't hold it. He can't hold a knife. What are you talking about? Look at him run. It's not Vivia. Oh.
Huh? Another trap?
That's why I said to wait. There's no way Vivia's the culprit.
Then, prove it and beat this thing!
Bro, he can't. What?
I won't be convinced until you do!
Cannot touch anything. Cannot take over someone's body, nor can it be heard. Yeah. We just out here being dumb, Shinigami? Shinigami, sorry.
To begin with, nothing can be touched while in ghost form. He couldn't have held the murder weapon, the knife. So it's not possible that he stabbed the doctor. Now do you trust Vivia?
Master, I've said this 1,000 times, but a detective must suspect everything. Besides, it's his fault for being so sketchy. The way he looks, how he talks, everything is super suspicious.
Sorry. I do try to stay out of sight.
I mean, it could be a forte. The chief could have lied. He said he didn't have a forte, but he could.
Anyway, let's go back.
Maybe he's like pulling a Toku Fukawa on us, you know?
If he's not the culprit, then we're back to square one.
Let's try going back to the fork in the path. Maybe something else changed.
Why do you gotta make me walk this long ass path every time? Every time, bro. Every time. At least they're keeping it different, right? This hasn't happened before. So. For a second, I was like, if they say it's Vivi, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. What do I got? What do I got?
Nothing's changed.
Oh.
There aren't any new doors. What? There's nowhere to go? What was the point of eliminating all the other paths?
Come on.
Don't start with that again. How about you help us for a change? You better cooperate, unless you want to get chopped up by Master Solution Blade.
Hold on, Shinigami.
I don't want to get chopped up. I dislike pain immensely. But you know, the journey up to now wasn't a waste. We did eliminate many possibilities.
But that means nothing if we can't reach the truth.
Nothing. Why do you want the truth in the first place?
Huh?
I like murking people.
It's easy to say you want the truth. But are you sure you can handle it? No matter how cruel that truth may be.
Bro, it's Yako. Why else would he be acting like this?
Can I handle it?
DJ, can you handle this?
I'm still not sure if you're the kind of person who can.
Nah.
I bet you're not sure either. That's why you're still so hesitant. This mystery labyrinth also reflects your reluctance. Maybe that's why you can't reach the truth.
What are you talking about? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I won't hesitate to expose the truth.
So you still haven't realized it? Guess you're not quite there yet. Well, that's fine for now. But eventually, you'll be forced to make a choice. When that happens, you have to prove your conviction and expose the truth. Like you said.
Enough nonsense. Let's find some clues.
As an apology for the distraction, let me tell you something. This labyrinth appears to change shape by reflecting our investigation. So, instead of following the revealed path, isn't it possible to carve your own path?
Carve my own path? That's right, Shinigami! We can create new routes with our own deductions. Maybe we can do it here.
Is that not what we've been doing?
Sometimes, just a slight change in perspective is enough to completely change how you see things.
So if I change my perspective here, I might see something new. I see. I was so focused on how to overcome the security system. But that's not right. I need to change my perspective and think about who could have overcome it.
Don't box yourself in with your own assumptions.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
I hate when the anemic vampire tells us what to do. But if Master wants to, then fine. I'll lend you my power. Lay it all out, Master.
A robot? Like what?
Let's work together as a team.
Yeah, it's Amapal. How do you spell it? How do I shoot?
Go, go, go!
key.
You can do it, Master!
Pass.
Great!
Why would I need to grab a solution key? I still don't know what those do. Yeah, it's just Amapal. Okay, yeah, we know that. Okay. Sure. So the robot guy? What's his name? Is it Akira? Oh.
A new route appeared.
Oh my god.
This is all thanks to me!
Perhaps I said too much. Well, nothing has been solved yet.
I wish you'd express yourself a little better. How can we tell if you're happy or sad?
I've never been happy or sad in my entire life. I want to die someday.
This guy's hopeless!
Anyway, let's explore this new route.
Okay. You coming, Vivia? No? Okay. You do you, man.
When you think about who could get past security, the only option we know of is Amapal.
True. And that's how we were able to get through security ourselves.
But it's just a toy robot, right? How is it related to the case?
I don't know yet, but since Amapal can get through security, it must be important.
Yeah. Sure.
It's sealed off here, too.
Hey, there's an intercom. Maybe someone will respond if you use it.
No way. Huh? Doctor?
Huh? Wait. What the? Wait. Who are you? Help! Somebody come help me!
Isn't this the footage of when the doctor was attacked?
Yeah, you're right.
The mystery materialized. Must be related to what the doctor just said. So the question is, who did the doctor say, "Who are you?" to? Well, I'll leave it to you.
I don't get how you can keep reading at a time like this.
So we had Amapal. Amapal wasn't in there yet. Or at least he shouldn't have been. No one? Was it a trick? Or the culprit? But the culprit seems like way too easy.
The trap didn't activate. Does that mean we found the right answer? Huh? So the right answer is no one? Why would the doctor say, "Who are you?" if no one was there?
The security was still active at the time, so no one could enter the doctor's lab, right? And that was before I borrowed Amapal. So the only explanation is that no one was there.
Why would he say that if no one was there?
I think if we go there, we'll find the answer.
What? That route's obviously just a side road. Who cares what the old geezer was thinking anyway?
But it looks like this is the only way we can go. Besides, I am curious about what was going through his mind. It could be an important factor in solving the mystery behind this case.
Still, being forced to take a side route is too much trouble. Makes me wish I was dead.
I wonder if that was his plan to escape somehow? You know?
So, Master, do you have an idea about what the geezer was thinking?
Not yet, but I think it has to do with why he said, "Who are you?" I think the doctor was putting on an act.
An act? Really?
The doctor put on an act for a reason, but I have no idea why. We have to figure that out by going down this doctor's motive route.
Right.
He's here too?
You rats keep scurrying around. Do you really think you'll discover Dr. Weska's motive this way? Good luck with that, morons! He had no motive at all!
Well, you said there's nothing here. Let's head back.
We can't do that! If he's trying to block our path, then this route must be important.
Nah, fine.
I'm only here because you maggots piss me off. So, I'm gonna end you here and now!
That was out of order. Very weird. The email records, right?
This was all part of the doctor's plan? He didn't have a plan at all. That exchange on the intercom wasn't an act. There was no reason to put on a show. The doctor misunderstood.
Misunderstood what?
You probably don't know this. Weska put his soul into his work.
Oh!
The research was going well. The doctor was loyal to Amaterasu.
This is the truth!
Nuh-uh.
No! The doctor was planning on betraying Amaterasu Corporation. He was trying to escape Kanai Ward. He said so in the messages he wrote.
You little...
Yomi's rebuttal. What was that? What was he trying to deny? Why was he covering up the doctor's motives?
It seems that this case involves the inner workings of Amaterasu.
Right. The doctor was going to betray Amaterasu. And whoever he was emailing knew that. So the doctor locked himself in the lab to protect himself from that person.
Perhaps the doctor's act had something to do with that.
So the person who was emailing was Yomi?
It's the security gate. Everything's locked up.
How did he plan to escape?
Which means this is a complex problem. We have to choose the right door and insert the correct solution key.
This is way more hassle than before. Guess I'll leave it to you, Yuma.
As always.
Terrorist bombing. Blackout? Swapping places. So the blackout. It was brief, wasn't it though, right? Because the power kicked on, like backup power. Swapping places. Hearing issues. Shoe print. Doctor's note. Stored food. Then. Huh. I'm guessing it had to do with the blackout, because otherwise why do the blackout if it doesn't impact the security system, you know? Oh no. Sulfuric acid? Cause clothes and skin to melt, rendering the victim unrecognizable. With who?
The door actually opened. I knew I could let Yuma handle it.
Are you sure you aren't a phantom?
Who is he gonna pour acid on? Himself? To swap with who?
So the doctor tried to swap places with someone else to escape from Amaterasu. The notes he left behind in the lab hinted at his plan.
You mean the diagram with the sulfuric acid being poured on someone?
Yeah, he was going to swap places with a corpse, then melt it with acid. He wanted to disfigure it beyond recognition. That's how he planned to fake his own death.
At the very least, it'd buy him enough time to escape Kanai Ward. Or so he thought.
Wow! Melting a corpse with sulfuric acid? Yay! So cool and grotesque! So who was the substitute supposed to be?
Maybe the hitman.
Yeah, right?
The doctor was under surveillance by Amaterasu, but he was still looking for a chance to escape. When he learned a hitman was after him, he figured his chance had arrived. The doctor was hoping to use the security system to kill the hitman and use the body as a decoy.
Now that I think about it, the doctor did seem to be waiting for the hitman to arrive.
The hitman hasn't arrived yet. When will he show up?
Can't wait to get stabbed, bro. Oh, sorry, my cat.
Don't tell me this so-called first-rate hitman was captured by peacekeepers.
But the hitman never did show up. That's why the doctor had a sudden change of plans.
And that was the act he put on by asking, "Who are you?"
Perhaps that was a trap to lure you in, Yuma.
He was trying to lure Master?
Okay, but aren't our body sizes completely different?
He considered taking advantage of the detectives, since the hitman never showed up. So if he called for help, he would charge into the lab, not knowing anything about the security system, and thereby acquire the corpse he needed as his decoy.
That seems overly complicated. Like those guys who overthink asking girls out?
Well, he couldn't have used another researcher. Someone would have noticed their absence. He needed visitors. People from outside to pull it off.
So if I didn't know about the security and had rushed into the lab,
You'd be a super sexy skeleton right now. Aw, so close.
you want that?
But the doctor's plan failed, and he actually got boom killed by the hitman. I get what he was trying to do, but what about the impossible murder?
Assuming the attack on the doctor was just an act when we saw him through the intercom, we at least know for sure the real attack hadn't happened yet.
In other words, the culprit entered the lab after that exchange. So the problem is, when did they actually enter?
Where are we?
This place is a real mystery. Then again, I suppose that checks out.
Huh? Shinigami?
Yeah! Master, this looks like an important turning point! So, is that your final answer?
I haven't said anything yet!
What is that?
Master, you need to narrow down the timing for when the culprit got inside. Now then, here's our fateful fork in the road. It's life or death! We're at the crossroads of mystery and solution. This earth-shattering choice may be your last. Now, Master, which one will you choose?
No. I think the culprit entered when the door was opening and we were stuck there. They ran in, shanked him, knocked Amapel over, hid in the vent, and waited for us to leave. Really waited for us to go in to leave. I don't know how they got in there then. When they say the lab, do they mean like the chambers or like the room itself where the doctor was, you know? No? Oh, that was wrong. Yes?
When I directed Amapel to go into the doctor's lab, he already had a knife stuck in him.
Okay, so they meant the lab. Okay, well, yes, obviously that. I thought they meant the chamber.
Which means he was murdered before Amapel entered the doctor's lab.
Your answer? Is correct!
Well, considering they told me I was wrong.
Congratulations, Master! Would you like to double down?
What are you talking about? Anyway, let's keep going.
I'm kind of confused. Lab versus not lab.
Little by little, we're narrowing down when the culprit entered.
Yeah, but we still don't know how yet. It had to be between when we spoke to the doctor over the intercom and when Amapel entered his lab. During that time, the culprit entered the doctor's lab and murdered him.
So the most likely time would be when you went to borrow Amapal, Master. The culprit had to have entered the lab then.
So if they went into the decontamination chamber, climbed into the thing, we sent Amapal in, then they jumped down? Maybe onto Amapal? Or they just jumped down and followed Amapal after, and then when Amapal was opening the door very slowly, maybe they ran in and shanked him. But how will we not have seen them? I'm pretty sure after we sent Amapal in, I don't think the door closed behind him. Because we could like see down the hall. Or maybe that was only after he disabled security. I guess we couldn't really see. But I'm pretty sure the doors were open.
But Fubuki waited at the front chamber while Desuhiko and I went to borrow Amapal. She said no one entered or left the lab.
Would she have told us if Yako did though?
Huh? We're back on the original path.
Maybe you're supposed to try opening that door now.
I'm sure that from here on out, it's not just about when, but also how the culprit got in. Yuma, there's no need to push yourself if things get too hard.
No, I can do it. I'm going to solve it.
This is a map of the critical lab.
I hate to call it there, but I didn't realize the episode's already getting long. I was going to cut it when we were trying to decide between yes and no, but I was sitting there thinking and I was like, oh, we'll just pick. But hey, I'm sorry I've been so confused this case. It's a bit jumbled. You know what I mean? Obviously, the culprit had to have entered the lab before Amapel, but I thought the lab referred to like the whole entire thing, which I guess they also had to have since we were out there. But I still don't understand how we wouldn't have seen them. So I don't know. They'll explain it, I'm sure. It's definitely the hardest case, which is good. I like the challenge, so I'm glad it's not too easy. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're still enjoying the series. As always, feel free to leave a like, comment, favorite, or subscribe, whatever y'all are feeling. And until the next time, lights off, dark out.